Hello and welcome to Switzer Property Insights, brought to you by NAB. If you've bought an investment property, and particularly if it's your first one, you'll need tenants. And while you think you might be able to manage the property all by yourself, the time and effort that will be required may not be worth it in the long run, particularly if you run into some disputes. So, what are the benefits of having a good property manager? Well, they will screen tenants, they will oversee the property and monitor tenant care. They can carry out regular inspections, they will deal with late rent payments, they can guide rent increases, they can handle rent and tenant disputes. And if your property already has a tenant and you know they are a good one, sure, you might save a bit of money managing it yourself. But what happens when something goes wrong with the property itself? And a property manager will be invaluable for chasing rent if a tenant absconds. The hard part, of course, is finding a good property manager. But at least once you've done that, you should be able to forget about the ongoing drudgery of finding good tenants and keeping them. So what can you do to find a good one? You can treat it like an interview for any other job for a start. Don't just sign on to the real estate agent that sold you the property, although I'm sure they'll have a property management contract ready for you to sign. I suggest you ask them some really hard questions. Ask them what they do if a rent is in arrears, or what strategies would they use to attract tenants if a property was vacant for some time. Here are some other questions to run past them. First, what is the actual percentage that represents the management fee, including everything, that is, postage, telephone, leasing costs, advertising, rent statements, etc. How often are disbursements made to the owner? Has the manager any past cases of complaints from owners? What is the vacancy rate across the manager's entire rent roll? What percentage of tenants on your books are currently in arrears? How many cases of serious tenant damage have been experienced in the past? These are difficult questions, but a good property manager shouldn't be afraid to answer them. You might also like to ask about tenant screening procedures and how they monitor tenant care. I've heard plenty of horror stories about lazy or inept property managers, but people still keep them on. If you do have a poorly performing property manager, I reckon you just get rid of them. And make sure your contract allows you to do that quickly. Check it for statements like until the end of the lease and replace it with 2 weeks' notice. Thanks for joining us today on Switzer Property Insights.